This program is fully sponsored by Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministries, a not-for-profit organization. To support our broadcast to reach others like you, kindly send support to Zenith Bank, Ghana, account number 6012402066, account name Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministries, La Trade Fair Branch, Burma Camp, mobile money account, merchant 0544 859 007, name Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministry, reference Revelations or TWMG, Time with Maame Grace.
You are watching Revelations, the biggest spiritual platform. I am here with a special guest. He's called DJ FUAD. Are you DJ FUAD?
I'm DJ FUAD.
He said he's DJ FUAD, and my name is Maame Grace. I am Revelations. Today we are talking about a limited identity. Limited identity. I don't know what I say. You got a limited identity.
You break it 2 words down.
Okay.
Limited. The case will be a limited as a nurse, a kitwebi, acute. Identity. Said you who you home. Me a Santini, me a Cranny, me a Ndisini, me a capitalist, me a socialist, me a Chromise, me a Pan-African. These are so many identities. Me a Christian. And identity, Rebecca said, identity, no, it be limited. Say, we the bear question and answer session. Say, Ghana for you now, can whom say, you get one identity, Ghanaians, against one, like my tribe, Sefi. Ghana for you now, any Sefi. Why not, Ukita, like I said, bigger identity and not unlimited identity between Ghanaians and Sefi Fonko. Bakukita, limited identity. Sefi for you, swap. What am I saying?
No, maybe in tears, what we are Ghana for.
We are Ghana for, but the identity Ghanaians, as you just said before.
Say your part is part of Ghana.
Exactly.
Ghana.
Yeah, so today we're going to look at the effect of holding on to our limited identity.
Okay.
And the benefit of picking up or involving ourselves with a bigger identity as Africans.
Okay.
Or as human beings.
Okay.
And
the example no can be African,
yes.
Na Ghana who free African.
Yeah,
African.
Now, we emphasize on our Ghanaian than being African. What do we stand to lose?
So that's a good example.
Yeah.
Okay, you are watching Revelations. I welcome you once again. It is our limited identity. Say you're limited. Say you're unlimited. Say your identity. Say you're one.
Okay. And in my work as a broadcaster, I've interviewed a couple of people. And there be people like me who interview me. Question I do to them because I thought I'm going to say, with your questions, I'll be sat about shows and I say, Maame Grace has something big on her heart. She wants to happen to Ghana and Africa. By Bedru.
Amen.
But I see, say, you are yearning to see that. So you put some questions to your guests, and some of them get you. It is out of some of these questions now, Maame said, we need to discuss this question. Kwame Nkrumah, Edgy Independence, Emma Ghana. I'm working on a documentary called the Nkrumah Project. Now, me interview an 80-year-old man. On a Kwame Nkrumah year Juma, Kwame Nkrumah don't go Germany, scholarship near the other. No, I say Kwame Nkrumah problem back they say he didn't want Ghanaians to put on Ghanaian identity, hold on to their Ghanaian identity more than the African identity, and Ghanaians were not getting him. Let me say why? We are Ghanaians, so why don't we be proud and exhibit our Ghanaian? It's not say Kwame Nkrumah realized that anytime a group of people hold on to their small identity, they don't progress
they
faster.
Become limited.
Limited in so many things. Now, and I've also asked my guests, and one of my guests, Lord Akam, I can say there's nothing like African spirituality and Indian spirituality and European spirituality. Seriously, I really had about 1 hour debate with him. I said, no, all the spirit are one. It's about who applies it and what the person wants to use the spirit for, that manifests whatever you want. And then the same question I will be so almost say, nanom yes no ma ben no mo waduro na bosom no ho odin na eba no say na bodimi twi fire so. And when you ask these questions, the many have asked them something concrete. And I believe it is the same thing that when you ask, you get. Then I started researching from one thing that Nodakan told me and what the man told me about Nkrumah facing a challenge with his own Ghanaians when he wanted them to put on an African identity instead of just the Ghanaian identity. No who say, okay, no mo say, yeah, yabosom no mo ho odin, no ma ben, mutimi sevu nko for free trouble mu na ade. Me who be, because I haven't gotten that encounter with any God until I believe. So what could make Abrofuno a bit fire so if we had those powers? Then I realized that we are too, in Ghana here, we are too tribalistic. We hold on too much onto our tribal settlement, our tribal identity, instead of upholding our Ghanaianity. Say, me a Ghanaian, because when you put up that bigger identity of being a Ghanaian or being an African, then you do things that will favor the bigger group. But maybe say me a Sashini, me a Kaini, me a Votarian. Na Bruni Aba, na Ope, Maame Grace or Santini, na me a Votarian. But there's something in investigative journalism called ice grinder. Somebody you have an axe to grind with. Inti me a Santini, Maame Grace in Kraniana say, are you going Bruni Aba, I'll be Pewasel. He has to look for your ice grinder. Period. Ebi me no na ete ha intiminim egefo no ema bi omo ye de protect omo ho. Wosusu ni asantefo no ema ye de protect ye ho. Na ebi me no we have identity crisis, identity war. Nti broni ni ba me a me ye wise grinder ho a eno anso obehu me. Say utimi e kire me asantefo no secret na it me konkom a this and this and this ye be amount. At that time, because of the bitterness in your heart, you are protecting your identity. You perceive your identity, no, and you who say is the best, no. You give every secret about your other tribe.
Is that what you think is a limited identity?
No, it's some of the effect.
But don't you know there are siblings? This same thing can happen.
Exactly. So this topic trickled down from countries, from the whole
so
group.
narrow it down. Let it start from families to organizations to blah blah blah. Then we can go, because no matter what, as people, I feel that nobody is limited in life. All we need to do is to understand, because at the end of the day, as Ghanaians.
Yes.
So I feel it's a problem. Where I say yes, solve. It's not about me being nothing region me nothing me Asantini nemo me say me tia se me ya Asantini na de atwa me be ye me ya na wo so ya Igbeni na de atwa we be ye wo ya ntimi fa de me twa no ye ntena se no eno na ema yetumi ko yanim. Now it's not about these people being small group or a bigger group.
Okay, it has a lot to do with that, but say the worker say yes as in the family unit say Maame Bakoma so omo enti omo ho ase. Yes, but person me wie with at the national level.
Okay.
Then we trickle it down.
Okay.
Then you share say efie mu say you was limited identity na dey na betimi asi. So I bet say there was a world war, First and Second World War. As you see, Russia person or the third at the eba. One of the things are Nipa Oma First and Second World War by Adolf Hitler of Germany. So and then a bit like I said, it was as a result of limited identity. Or can say the Germans have the purest blood of all human beings. The Jews have inferior blood, so they have to wipe the Jewish race out of the surface of the earth. And he preached this identity thing. Because race in boom, not German phone. That's a limited identity. And there has been a lot of crime, a lot of less development, and the development also across the whole world because of people holding on to this limited identity. When people hold on to identity, they respect that identity more than any God in their life. that identity comes even before a God. And they can kill, can do everything for that identity. So Adolf Hitler preached that pure blood of Germans. Then we need to wipe the inferior blood away, or race, which is the Jews. Concentration camps. So
the Hitler people were the limited identity, the Jews.
They were practicing limited identity.
They were practicing limited identity, but they were able to wipe out those who were not limited. Why so?
No, exactly. So the effect of you holding on to your limited identity is that the moment you are entrenched with your limited identity, you can kill, you can destroy without looking left or right. Because you believe, sir, what you are telling yourself, is the gospel truth.
So is it because they became limited, or is because of the message that was preached into their system?
Okay, so this is let me make it simple. Say, I'm practicing, I'm holding on to that limited identity. Say Germans, and I want the moja pure we are saying, and who say nipa in would there be a need to kill?
No, that is one thing. But another thing too is someone preaching to them that Sankaye omope I don't know when we are seeing and Israel for and I do.
Okay, so you're not getting me. What I'm saying is that when somebody begin to preach, entertain that identity thing, or they say the identity card, or begin to preach, now obi and train out and say also say Jania that's a bedane like a religion, like a court. For them, if they have to kill, it's the easiest for them. If they have to maim people, if they have to destroy. So what I say. And let's flip the coin. A buyer nanka Hitler, and then in Crawford, Hitler or Yomulidano, I shall see whom we have to say, all the blood are the same. So Germany in accident, near Kofagana and Imoja at the man or hospital, I be Juma. He will not preach that racist or preaching against the Germans.
What makes you? What do you think was making him preach that racism thing? Is it enviness, or is still the limited identity?
Limited identity is a tool that he used.
Yes.
It's the same thing our politicians in Ghana use.
I understand, but what I'm asking is that, what do you think made him to preach that message that they should?
Whenever somebody wants to go and destroy something, attack someone, they need to have a reason, and they need to get a support. You understand? And when it comes to tribe, people get emotional, and they easily hold on to it. But just what I'm saying. And obi a person where ya de boni biano. Said who say we nipa boni nyina no, ono na dwene mu no person onya grounds a odi pe di boni na enkofo bi bete na se.
Grounds no hia ana nipa be boa na di boni no hia.
Nipa be boa no, he has to give them a reason to hold on. But also I don't see mommy enkoku nkofo a they will be
so that's what I'm saying, that what you are saying is the limited identity that pulls us back. That's where my problem is. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, why don't you think so?
I don't think so because it's not about you being limited. That is one thing. And you trying to do something bad or causing someone a kind of harm is a different thing, or a different thing altogether. Me being limited, your families are 4 pe, and your woofy. Obini families so mo 12, or mo 15, or mo 18. Me 2 people now, me my family no. It doesn't make me feel that me limited in tino, or more wait. I'm not getting the message.
Yes, the word limited has been used maybe wrongly.
The identity
somebody practicing a limited identity doesn't mean that the person is limited in something, but the person has chose the global citizenship. What you say, need
or you're special, or you're few. That's what I'm saying. So you saying that I am special, we are few and we are special. For example, Ghana I say obi mo awo 10, obi mo awo 15, and we so obi so awo 2, on any crew ne ba, omo kitaka, ketu be fine ne ade. And obi awo 10 on ne ba 2 kiosks no the same road in the
Yes.
that will not make the awawu batu ne say uncle
having a limited identity.
Yes.
That does not mean the person have a limited identity. So, this is it. So let's also preach the other side. If somebody doesn't have a limited identity.
I just want to understand though.
Exactly. So I'll make you understand. So let's flip the coin again. Say Obi, let's come to the family setting. Now so for free hakoye, no can say be say treating you. Why do you think it say Obi a treating you Obi to me a sit down? We sit down and say a high institution, we are blocking what's in down. Because human beings have come to a point where we think, say, we are too special than other parts of creation. We've not put on the cosmic identity, say, whatever negative affects the weed affects me. Whatever negative affects the river affects me. We think, say, you better to borehole into destroying the stream.
Now, why don't you title it limited mindset or something?
No, because you seeing yourself better as a human being, better than the Wura, better than the Sio, better than Riano. It's identity. It's identity thing.
It's identity.
Yes.
But human being can change at any point in time, and you know that.
Yes.
So when you use limited mindset, and the person is able to change his mindset tomorrow, that makes the thing human. But when you say identity, you can't change your identity. You know that.
So what I'm preaching now is that as human beings, let's put on the universal identity, the cosmic identity, that says that there's no difference between the weed that's growing there. That is why you shouldn't use weedicide to spray some of the weeds. Because who use weedicide, it is sprayer, so many things, but I'm just mentioning two effects. Yes,
this thing that you are saying is because when we grow maize, the maize is the job.
Yes.
We weed other weeds. We go through all the pain to weed other weeds just to make sure that the maize is grown. We all have targets, visions, and plans. I don't know if I'm making sense. We have places that we can go for herbs, for treatment and what have you. So sometimes we even pay people to go and weed because of what we want to achieve.
Yes.
Same thing. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't you say limited mindset?
Okay,
so that in case when there is change, then you bring the human, because you cannot change your identity, and you know that.
You cannot.
You cannot never change your identity. Identity is just like DNA.
No, you can. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. But you see, life will go on smoothly for all of us when we strive for balance. So I'm a Ghanaian. I'm an Akan. I'm a Sefi. Okay, but my ability not to let myself being a Sefi man make me blind when something wrong is happening to a Northerner. Not because me not Nantino. Me say, oh, why say we need to me defend no. Why I say need to me defend no.
That's what I'm saying. That is the mindset that we need to work on, because we all as Ghanaians, whether you are from south or west, we are all dwelling here already.
Yes.
That makes us one people.
Yes.
If you go, you bring your voter's ID card. It's same Ghanaian.
Yes.
So we already have that identity as Ghanaians. And this divisions that you are from here, you are from there, families, MPP, NDC, Christian, Muslim, we are all Ghanaians. It's normal for us to have those divisions.
But where I'm coming from is that people, especially our leaders, from politics to religion, are using this beautiful diversity, I would call diversity, against the very people.
It's not only our leaders, it's something that runs through us.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying you should have used mindset.
But that's not a problem. I use limited identity, and you have been able to decode that it could be mindset. So maybe when you are posting, you can use that. I have no problem with that.
No, it's your show. It's not my
yes, but if that goes, it's beautiful. It means that you've now understood.
I do.
Yes.
I do. But what I wanted you to break down is that there are people who are very limited and powerful.
Yes.
You understand, but not wicked. And there are places in Power Sebio who the kind of people you will place be a mamenchero. When you go there, me person me body. But me can we be sure be now ko pen to kwa omo nyina beba abebo omo be te so omo patan tokwa no kora po no omo bebu bi mi ka bi a woni place
yeah.
but ubekọ no so na omo nko omo te ba bi omo ndoso ekuro bi asa ankrofo yi bi wo bottom of the village or the town
yes
omo ndoso
yes
but sa wan ko ka omo a omo be ka but omo ye kakra bi so obi ye kakra bi no doesn't make the person
it's not
wicked.
their number.
So
it's
if
not their
it's
number.
limited, it's the number that makes something limited.
No. In this sense, the word limited is not referring to the cumulative, like 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
If you are not talking about numbers, you are not talking about energies, you are not talking about strength. What is limited about this?
Okay.
What kind of limited are you trying to talk about?
So let me give you 2 scenarios. There are places to say what they are kind of what's some the crumple mean about a booby. And a baby, Okona bibi toa, they look, Omusha Seminumu. Everybody say that be where the onya boni bia, Moma Injaro no. Which these two scenarios and a bring a development, cohesion, a baby say.
This thing that you are saying, that's what I'm saying. It's part of us.
Yes.
As
is it
it's part of us as humans.
Is it good? Like this soldier who was killed in Denzel Boise. Okay. Say, Anka, or mob no koyeno. Ena ye wo nipa be 5. Because there be. Let's find out who he is before we put a hand on him first. Eme niyomo when you are one the yenkuno. It because you create your circle no. It doesn't matter the number. You see area had here. So nipa no kum nipa kra ye be jan manako. But ye ho ye nyati someone pine ko fo a ye bebu na kuno. So they are not putting on a wider identity say nipa na wo hu no e moja we emu ni bia na woni mu. So that's here. But once I only one of us there, if anything bad, you get what I'm saying? An area, so be to obia, ye young crofo, Amomcas derby, Mumian once. Me let's try to say, O Papa with Macaja said, Men for Nigeria for them for Nigeria for wicked. Uba come back, Papa, Nigeria, Nocophobia, Crow so, and I acquire phobia. Yasum total befi, but just throw. You get what I'm saying? And going back your topic, say limited mindset. No? I am saying, say to me, the cosmos identity. Say I'm a human being, even though I'm a Ghanaian, I might be a Ghana, I might be this and that. I'm a human being. And me human we are. My main treating is also then we nipa. Now yam bred together. This is moving to the next part of my topic. You know, Cecilia. The question we are asking is, Africa for powerful, yeah, to say how are we going to use that to our advantage? The idea you're practicing we are still practicing here.
Which is
Division through our identities. We hold on to our smaller identity instead of holding on to a bigger one. So as the 80-year-old man told me, he said, Kwame Nkrumah, after gaining independence for Ghana, I'm happy we are in the month of independence. He wanted Ghanaians and other Africans to put on an African identity. So that,
do you think if we should have put in on African identity, you will not see divisions anywhere?
No.
Would you have crashed all the borders?
Who said
put Africa together?
No, but you see, when even the Bible says he used division.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's the mindset I think we need to change.
Exactly.
Division
so
is not causing
if my mind is changed, and when I see an Ivorian, I see me as African, okay? BBL to Ivorian or Ghana, me in Castle, Cote d'Ivoire, Inti. My country say, no.
But this is not happening here.
Oh, it does.
There are places, no matter what you do, I have given you a typical example.
Yes.
No matter what you do, me imagine wa omo pato obi ntokwa obi a so obe pata ntokwa no wo hihye nsam yenu na guachire na oye ni nua ni say
yes.
There are places like that.
So for me, that one is the micro one. I am, because I look at you, your intention for this show is for Ghanaians to make it, for Africa to make it. You understand? And I have sat down and realized that Adeba Kona Bruni Baye, I will use it was more than any nuclear weapon. I would up to date. Ghana, 65 years or so. we haven't worked on it. Politicians, you see no big time to impoverish the lives of people. Because onum say so onyama tribal sentiment be between two groups or Ghana ha. Say odi okunipa krompa sayi ano ne nkrofo no be san to ama no. Because we want to defend say memi nipa and enter aban nim nti so odi boni o ondi boni o ono na betenam. Because yempese this tribe ebe win election over us. Meanwhile, say ye to aba based on development na any tribe. Maame Grace, every he buy, but Maame Grace is doing what we need. We should vote for her. But Mr. Elijah is not doing what we need. But no, it's me ma. Or to me, really around your tribe, no. You say, you do so ha. You say, yo ni akoto mano. On yashi because when you say tribe is so emotional. Nti wa gather your tribe no. E dey abeji akunya na krampo no. On yashi maye, but next year be sa to amano.
And you know these things that you are talking about, you know they start from somewhere to get to this place, to the politicians.
Of course.
The politicians are the ones you see. In Ghana here, there are tribes. Unim say, uko warrior, bibi kura catcher ne basa enko 4 maybe officer ebusu.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying, that it has started from, if we want to talk about this, we have to. Revelations wants to do Africa, the whole Africa.
Yes.
But it has started from its own.
Its own Ghana. Yeah.
To make sure say communication no akonikromu for no they omati ase. So say climb bit na South Africa. Bibi Ghana ni. So te ase. Into this thing that you are saying, you know, we shouldn't bring even the politicians and blah blah blah.
I use them as an example.
As an example. So that's why I said fuck off from.
Okay. So now let's come to the house. Obine Nemba. How does limited identity play a role?
That's it.
Over there. I will start from we as human beings versus nature. The moment a parent teaches his or her children that we are one with the cosmos, take good care of the flowers, the trees, the plants, the river bodies. Akolani nyiwe no. O pesa wo de entity movie
so that's what I'm saying.
You get it?
You were starting from the politicians. These are grown minds.
Yeah.
So
no,
this
because
is where
I started from. I even started from Africa because of the
direction
of your show.
Until your room is cold,
solved. Okay.
You cannot go and give somebody a condition.
You understand? And this topic also ties in with spirituality a lot. Most of the times you ask people, are you religious or spiritual? They say, I'm spiritual. They ask them, what is spirituality? And then, another mountain. Well, for me, spirituality is simple. For me, that's me, my definition. I have opportunity to make money through something. That will make me rich, but my richness will impoverish some people. I'll stop that kind of richness. That's my spirituality.
That is you.
That is me. You understand? And I feel like if we see ourselves as one with nature, I think you were asking somebody that, how do you communicate with God, what I will call nature? I don't know if you've taken care of a flower before, like passionately have taken care of maybe tomatoes. Tomatoes is one of the most sensitive communicator. If you got a garden and you took some conscious effort, send to me taking a year. The last time I'm going to say you free, is speak to you. You pour water on it, within 5 minutes, you see something different. And if we can get that relationship with nature, a friend of mine, Dr. Adam, said that the day human beings will see that we are not any special than the plants, that's where we make a forward movement. Because our thinking, now I'm going to use thinking, our thinking that we are better than the weeds, because we can take cutlass and cut them. Our thinking that we are better than them because we can use weedicide to kill them. It's killing ourselves. Because obeka koto weedicide, e de kogu mfuyere so. You say bia obedo na obeyusu other mower, e de ado. Na obeka so we na wuntem. But have you asked yourself what is happening to the earth?
But this thing that you are even saying, you are taking it far from the context that people will not understand you. This will decide, or this ways that you think you can take cutlass and cut, you can bring it into human form. That you were a manager, you are the boss, so you feel because you can throw this one away from the job because you have authority, he cannot do anything for you. You can, that represent ways that you are talking about. When you say the ways, it's like in a proverb.
The basic.
So no, bring it to mankind and like you to human form, because you are talking about limited identity.
Yes.
So if you feel that, use human beings as an example. We are boss. Ebi ayeti hey. Me ne fie ne ye me de enti me si opie onipa na about wo nya hwe ye nyina ye wa obetumi atena we aduane wo wa ya ma ne bi edi, but because me feel say me ahanti na ebi ya ne ho ye opie, that is the weed. I have the authority or the right or the power to take cutlass and just cut the weed, but I don't listen or ask myself what's happened to the ground. So you have authority to throw someone out of the job or the office because you have the authority, but you are not thinking about nipa no okọ ni pain obe kom ni baby okoda. Use that so we are able to communicate to people. Am I making sense?
Hey, you're making sense.
Yes.
But I was feeling that, you see, human to human, it's normal for us. So if somebody descend from the human level and dealing with, because a lot of us don't care about the inhuman objects.
Because this tomato thing that you are saying, we are in Accra. Do you know the houses we sleep? The diner, I mean a tomato ni because you are example.
Majority of yenma, dane bubo hono if you're crossing a by hanche. Until you shouldn't
only one about
if you're crossing a by hanche. Who am I channel na what tiba papa when you assassinate be cried a garden cajon. Entido obia or ti efia a bubo ho toilet in hobia no baba.
So that's why we should use the microphone or mutifio one say mutifio e bi onu ni TV. Now obehwe TV wo ho ni dan ni be obehwe TV na because we betumi apam ni. I mean, let's use humor. Me dey nipa na me care about. Me nka say won care about nipa.
Yes.
But me feel say little opportunity e be nya na yen communicate bibi. Nti wo nipa na ne tifie no na oba na wo manchen e behwe TV na wapam akola no esi abonten. These are the ways and the cutlasses you are talking about.
Almost say so Osha Brofo seem to have too much attachment to animals. What has that? That is them. But what I've also learned is this. The reason why I love to use weeds, rivers, instead of nipano. I want somebody to go and practice something. Maame Grace, you're making it look like the whole Ghana is Accra.
It's not.
What do I say? Accra is also baby. People will not have opportunity to do some of these things. Just some few places.
But do you know this thing that you are talking about? Uko enkurasini ade na sa ade ya ukan enyi ho bebre ti se nkran ha. Do you know that? Say obi more treaty obi this thing that we are talking about say ucha to enkurasini no tomatoes na we dua ne na ye na adwuma.
No.
Enti ono onfa sikan ntwa we people.
You're not getting me.
I'm not.
And just kind of the channel. We decide no we use no. In America. So we decide has triple effect. So that's say a core aduane ni mu a ye dia ye nya different side effects. Plus over time a best assassin as say nsuo ayenom.
This is what is making your conversation Accra.
No.
Are you saying those in the
villages? I'm a village person. I'm
they
telling
use
you.
we decide.
Oh, na Accra how we decide say na we use. And radio station be advert or multimedia around radio station agro chemicals. And around 2014, a research came. Now, I said, most of the cocoa farmers were just dying. And a research came that there's a chemical in budding. We used to be brave and spray mufu and they come because Ghana businessmen onyanya sika no akọ China no mayama no. Onfa ho. Say no use some yesterday. So the villages they use we decide than you. They use we decide more than you. Say who you support some large scale so I can understand you say be so unya hands abeye but ye fie mu ye garden ye fo kakra bi we ye fie achi and then say we decide about it and no one ye use. But the American some person will be a practice be take it upon yourself to have one flower pot on your porch or your veranda or your balcony. And say
veranda, balcony, and you said it's not Accra you were talking about.
It's a name, but whatever they will call it in their settlement, whatever it is. But
okay, no dear brody, bushido.
Kuyanino has the advantage of maybe having relationship with the farm. The farm produce a lot, but maybe those in Accra, Tamale Usinyane.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, or no, obetimi a tribe, and even Kuyanino village, because they be out don't or no order say obenya but that relationship we create with nature it's not there. And you sorry, I call Usuato back with DB, Atombi, Asa. But we should have that relationship. When we start with inanimate thing, what will prevent us from extending that love? If you've been able to have love.
You're extending that love to the plant.
Yes.
Okay.
When you've been able to extend love to inanimate thing, then the basic you can say, extending love to human being now. Because you've been able to do the lowest you've been able to care for them. I just say, and to say if you're doing it for the so-called human being better than the plant and the leaves it will be easier.
I don't agree with you.
You don't agree?
Do you know why I'm saying I don't agree?
Let me hear you.
This plant thing now would be examples. So what could be fear? And now how much or spending the plant. Okay, so roses will fear. So we spray no every month. Orchids, you know orchids, how they treat orchids and all that. Obi woni fear or bohuka. And so the house boy crap with the new baby money be. That's why I'm saying we should talk about mindset. I use the word
that do it consciously. What is the mindset behind you growing that thing?
But if somebody will spend money on plant and still will not respect human beings,
the person has not got the consciousness. And you, say, Maame Grace, if you go say, or you're fluent, or roses will feel, or orchids will feel, or way will feel, but not the mindset say, I'm developing a relationship with it. No, there's two. Or spend this capa, I was adding home.
Do you obi on do plant on spend this car wohuda?
No. Obi bet me I spend this car plant home just to show a point, make a point. Say, Maduru so me wuska, I'm an affluent man, I live in this neighborhood. And I have this. Me boss be a ne krama not ne krama to go UK and British Airways for Ejano Airport. Let our Churokoma Ghana Airport ne British Airways no on Trebin fire juma for whom and wakati mu sada. So that's here. I no krama no krama back with me cost best 10,000 no. And here no. So that's here. Nti se nipa no etimi spend this can nipa aboa ho, ewura ho, flower ho. Now ntimi extend it to human being. It means that something is lacking. What we call consciousness, when you have the consciousness, if I'm doing this, there I should extend it also to human beings. What me I say, 10,000 or krama not nipa 1,000 a day a survival on farmer now. There's a link. There's something lacking. That's what I say. And the message, the title of the message is that let's have a cosmic identity. That there's no difference between me and the river that going there. There's no difference between me and the weeds. There's no difference between me and Maame Grace, who come from Volta region or Burma Hafu, and me coming from Takrade. There's no difference between me and the one from Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria. Because other than that, ni Brunine edebe fire koya entity mono, and no one you go so practice wa ha. Ya so mu den. And yet I'm the politician, but I'm no. Yes.
What I was trying to say is I can narrow it down. Come baby, assembly here. Assembly be any baby echo. Oh, sir, well, come to know here. If ye say parents, it's me actually back.
say never use your identity as a Ashanti, as a Ewe, to intimidate others. We are all one. So that's here. And I think right now, the generation I hear, we are doing something a bit different from our parents. Now we hear Obi or ye Ewe, Nikunu ye Ashanti, Obi ye Notna, Nikunu ye Bono. I think it's happening, and we need to do it more. Because say me Western region, now me live in North, I'll think about it twice.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand? So
you
I'll
are
get
using
there.
plant.
Yes.
Really?
Okay.
Uncle, do you have tomatoes? Where? And then we sing in room. Yeah, the before gallon I say is inside.
Auntie Grace, me say out of phone. I'm back ranch here. Oh, you ngani etie kuda.
This is the window ka bla.
Aye. Obi, wo Auntie Grace, wo bia yo wo hampo. Ha na wo. Enti wo wa famu a wo ti ba biye. Ya ye tete choko la badi me background from bad. Me ba university ba bia na mete. Ntimi bisa mo say nti akra na enie. Oh yes, because we they want me team me kura say me hu akra o TV so no. Me bedu ye be me sika be so me high down no. And sakra. You understand? It, you know, maybe you beat it out to Saba Binibia, or bet you catch any man say, oh, bet me I be, but it's serious. Take it upon yourself. Have a special flower pot and yet tomato, whatever plant. Just make sure say also around a beer among all the things I'll be answering if you feel, you know, you attend to it. It's very beautiful. And that will be few who want to be 2 days. As I say with that, you feel say you've neglected.
It's not even today. It's this plant called daisy.
Okay.
If you don't talk to it every morning, you go there every morning to talk to it. It's called daisy.
Okay. And TCC, people who have this knowledge, take it, do something additional. Say it's not just me knowing say make a such a better survivor, but let it be personal relationship. You say our can say, maybe if we begin to do that, maybe it's
just that anything in this life needs attention.
Exactly. I'm not a spiritual person, so I will not speak like the prophet and the spiritual people. But maybe everything. You, an individual, something can spark
attention and love,
and you can get a testimony.
I'm giving you this minutes that is left.
Okay.
Reconstruct everything that you have said and make it a conversation.
Human-centered.
Yes.
Or human-centered.
It's still human-centered. Okay. So you make it a conversation.
Okay. So moving from limited identity to limited mindset, that we shouldn't have limited mindsets. That because I'm an Akan, when I go to meet an Ewe being beaten, I will not ask. I'll just go and beat him too. It's wrong. This is what the colonial master used against us. And in this time that we so-called say we gain our independence, we should be practicing this. Because anytime we do that, somebody else benefit from it. And Africa, it's about time Africa move on. Africa take over the world stage. But these things are pulling us back. So we should see our brother as ourselves. We should feel that if I'm an Akan, I'm an Ewe, and I go to the hospital and I'm injured, and they need blood, and they bring a Notna blood, and if I'm A positive and he's A positive, I'll have my health. If I don't get it, I'll die. So we shouldn't. I'm not saying you should throw away your tribes, your identity, your language. No, it's beautiful. We having different languages is beautiful, but let's have that. We have a goal. The goal is to develop. And I have seen that we are not developing because we've held on too much onto our small tribal groups. And anytime people want to crash us, when they touches our tribal sentiment, we act like mad people. We don't think. We destroy things before we realize that, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So the mindset we need to change. That if you are this tribe, you are not different from that tribe. It's just beautiful that you have a different language. You have a way of saying. I always say that there's 2 languages that I want to learn before I leave this earth: Ga and Hausa. Because of the way the boys speak, it's like I really like that. I love it. I love different languages. So when I hear Obi Kasa, Kasa with the airtime, I really get offended. You understand? And we should also take the opportunity to travel small. Whilst we are in Ghana, that we've not gotten a visa to travel, let's take it upon ourselves. If I'm in Kumasi, I will go to Accra. If I'm in Accra, I'll go to Takoradi. When I came to live in Accra, that's where I realized, people say when guys are talking, they shout. And I'm like, are you serious? How can you whisper? Do like, when you are at the sea? It won't work. The sea is making noise. So if I want to talk to Maame Grace, I have to shout. So if I call that person a villager, then it means that is a villager. Because I haven't done the scientific research why they shout. Then I went to Takoradi, Cape Coast, and it's the same. Those who live along the coast. So that's why they say travel and see. When we travel to, we drop so many of our limited identities. Because we go to see people, the reason behind why they do certain things. And then when we just oppose it to our own, we realize that it creates a certain beauty. I was listening to one counselor who was like, look, if you want to work in your company and get the best results, as a Ghanaian, study all the tribes, their strengths and their weaknesses. And he said, if you're working with a Ashanti man, they love to be praised. So if you want him to do extra, praise him. Other than that, when he does something good, don't praise him, he will praise himself 1,000 times. And they asked him to give examples like, Ashantinia talk when you're basso, and a man friend of Major Hamon Abaso. What's in China? Madame, I couldn't feel him say. So, good. So, Mr. If you Germany buy you, next week, you grab a car home. That's all he wants. So, as a leader, as a boss, if you're working with the Akan Ashanti man, know this. Praise him. It doesn't spoil anything. The Northerner is humble, but don't take their humbleness to me say, well, Jimmy. The day he want to bite, you bite and you get it. So we have to, when we travel, we get to see all these beautiful differences among ourselves. And then we live together. That's why Osage the Kwame, when his wisdom, decided to bring a boarding system. That at his time, the tribal division was too much. I was like, the little I can do to bring it down, I will let the Northerner boy go to Cape Coast at this adult.
It started from the children, as I was saying.
You get it. So he created a boarding system, and then they live in different schools at different places. And Omuria at this adult become a bigger identity for the Everman, for the Ga boy, for the Kratzy guy, and they all live in harmony. And he say, Obi a preachy tribal sentimental. This guy will shut it down. Because they've met at different places, different people, and they realize that it's beautiful to have the different people all together. You see, parents should also take it upon themselves to take their children to the various regions that we have. And when you are going, have a certain mindset. We are going to learn. Don't go thinking that, oh, there's something serious there that you need to learn from them. And you too, if you are at least a boy or girl, there's something they will learn from you, and then it creates balance. And this goes to our politician. I've always said that the day I will accept that the NDC and the MPP have built better schools is when their children can attend those schools. So as at now, I don't accept any school building that they built as a school. The ones that their children attend, that's the one that I accept as a school. So they should build a school for the modern child, where the guy in Kumasi, the same infrastructure he has in Accra. Because the best educational system in the world, which is in Finland, all the schools are the same. No where you because the president, their leader said that they don't want classism. And classism is what actually brings this limited mindset, as we call it. Classism. Wait to make school, this other. Until we go school. Fabode betrata ateno onka ho one Adom FM presenter e ka so omuko school so introduce omo obon school na mo sa ateno bo school ndi o mama na introduce mu biem the next time omo eye biem no boss some nice school in Accra afi obia ba nchen and ebi mu fidi no sisi na bi fidi na akopum da obi be say to say wan ko school no or fro bi ba say if you were in this school then this guy should be your mate. So I don't know him. Obrani. And it's all because of this classism. And it's all because we have joy in our small identity without exposing ourselves to the other ones, other people across the length and breadth of the country. And when we've been, those of us who are lucky to be able to travel across the country, may say I can't the 3 northern regions, then I've done the 10 regions, then I've done it all, which I want imagine to say I will do. So when you're able to do that, then Sikaba, you travel outside. When I was on radio, 2 of my producers were Nigerians. And it is through them that I got to get some mindset change about Nigerians. We say they are giddy, they are this. Yes, because of their numbers, their mind is always on high-speed thinking. Because you have to think and find a way to make something. I'm not saying because of that, go and do evil. So one thing I found about them is that anytime I'm doing a production and I'm doing with the Nigerians, I get successful show. When I do it with my fellow Ghanaians, like Adesika, I'm funny serious. I'm not saying all Ghanaians, but some of them.
Understand.
Exactly. So you see the good and the bad. And for me, I would say that when you see a good in somebody, concentrate on the good. The more you give a thought to something, the more it flourishes. Somebody gave a testimony, said, "Nani ba, bad." And he keep on saying, "Me bambe software or be lawyer, sa ne ba society." So your child can also be a good person, but who needs to buy as a parent? Now, I say, I can't say money good so. It can change. And see, let's find the beauty in all our diversity, and then let's dwell on it and preach it. Who said Abrofono? And they don't example. No, they don't have problems. They have problems. They have differences. But when they want to come here and conquer us, they put it aside. But why can't we? Anytime we make a move, say a Bekodana now when Nkrumah wanted United Africa, 2 votes, Nanka Africa can't boom. And somebody decides to follow the colonial master. That's his identity. He's identified with the colonial master because at that time, if you are a Cote d'Ivoire MP, your seat is in Parliament. Your Parliament is in France. So who says identity will identify as French person, is bigger than be identified with African and any.
Limited identity. Mamema another hole in this your submissions when we talk about it. Another dangerous thing about what you are talking about is about opportunities. Opportunities that we refuse to give to those who have the abilities to do it because they don't belong to us. They are not part of us. Opportunities we refuse to give. You can start from acting, musicians, politicians, army. Opportunities that we don't give to those who have abilities because they don't belong to this limited group or
tribe.
The tribe. I want you to talk about it. It's the most dangerous thing.
Okay. So this thing has a history from outside. Wherever the British ruled, they divided the country into 2, North and South. What they do is that they make the Southness educated, and then they make the Northness non-educated, and then they employ the Northness who are not educated into the military, so that they will have access to gun. So that more and more South now, Kumasi, Accra, Bono na, vote and Amako school. When you realize that we need to gain our independence, you are coming together, then they triggered the North, who don't have education, use the gun on them. You get it? So they did this. And Nkrumah, once again, in his wisdom, said that I don't want this thing to create a problem for my country. So at that time, he gave the North 50 years of free education. And in his wisdom, he said, by 50 years' time, maybe we can get a president from the North. Because when people are educated, it's difficult for them to start civil wars. They resort to dialogues. And lo and behold, 50 years in Nkrumah, Dr. Hillary Nimambe, the first president from the North. And at 50 years exactly, we had President Mahama. But that aside, Sadia and Abrofuni, Abrofuni were able to do it because we were entrenched in our tribal sentiments. In Tisawasha in Ghana, Numabi or a certain groups because back on the boss. And now, Watching in call for then saying it is a legon. Oh, corner medicine. Some useless criteria on the mouth. Make us back home. 5 years Nina or we in school in Ukraine, the medical school, or passe or UCC, eto legon, or mofano, or call interview. As soon as I say, the bush and even a lawyer, a doctor, no soon a bush and a doctor. I'm saying you're going to be man in your course. Not say why, not say he need a lawyer, lawyers, doctors, and other scout to meet me. Not say my father is a chief farmer. My grandma was the best national
farmer. When your papa, yeah.
But the father is my uncle. He's rich. The grandma was the second best farmer in 1998. They are dosted. But because the only doctor, so they've created a cabal around medicine in Ghana. What qualified for now will be any doctor. They don't want to give it to you. The same thing applies to law. In Kenya, saying private schools, universities are bad, law. So also we'll go through the we are mafia or makola. So all of these things should end if we want to move forward. Because say one generation and say we want to end this thing now. Say yes before na yenya opportunity or law schools are here first before say next and need to be now.
And they are few way enough.
You get it. So we should stop all of this, and it happens in workplaces, it happens in industries. So they all kind so nipano and yet the group that I thought about banner accent now. Guild, you know. When you're in group, now you're good cramming foul. And it doesn't help because dear, Maame Grace now we in film because only you guilt him, you know. Or no wait me, I push him on mama call, I could do baby other. And now finally, when I'm talking about artists, because I'm into artist management and all of that. Sometimes you don't have to love somebody to work with them. You don't have to like them. Just see what it is in them and have proper laws and then work. Let psychologists and other people manage their ego and other things and look at what is in them. I'm not saying that now to say also so oh yeah artists are so too much cling on to your ego too much oh talent and also nisika. So there should be a balance there.
Yo, you are watching Revelations, so asema DJ FUAD akanyina kakra me dey so and he say mama yensia said they are grateful so that people will help us. And na yensu so ayenya baby ejina no yenti ase say abilities any opportunities, they are two different things. Obi wo ha adom no e wo homa no oni obi obeboa no boa no mani nye yie na ochine bi ebi enye wo mpo a na waye e de aboa oba na oman no atimi ayeye enkrofo bebre e wo opportunities e konwa tete so a sebe omuni mobi ntia enkrofo kita giftings a so munya sa konwa ne tena so a komo be niyama kakra aya mama ye ma ye ni nko enkrofo ndwuma omudi a omo ye na wo bibia beboa boa enye wo nko awudiem na wo be invest wo mama ye ndo ye ho se ye Ghana fui se de a oka ye no ye mboa boa ye ho se be ye yi age wa boa me nko ame ya me ye 100 wo be ye a ye be ye 1000 ono so be kan wa ye be 3000 na ye nimu a e na ye kono mama ye so ye ho nsa ye dodo odo ye ho tribes ne de obia wo ne beautiful energies ye appreciate na ye ngumi obia de ye won that send Shalom.
This program is fully sponsored by Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministries, a not-for-profit organization. To support our broadcast to reach others like you, kindly send support to Zenith Bank, Ghana, account number 6012402066, account name Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministries, La Trade Fair Branch, Burma Camp. Mobile money account, merchant 0544859007. Name, Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministry. Reference, Revelations or TWMG. Time with Maame Grace.